going to try subtracting some integers, but just warming up with some of our rules from last time with the adding integers. Remember, if they are the same sign, like number 2 here, you just add them together and keep the sign. So we're just going to do 11 plus 18, and whatever we get, we just keep negative. 11 plus 18 is 29, so negative 29. Now when they are different symbols, like number 1, we have $8, we owe someone 9. We don't have enough, so we know it's going to result in a negative balance here. But what you can always do is subtract the big number minus the small number and keep the version of the bigger number. So my bigger number was 9, so we keep the sign with the 9. So negative 1. A couple ways you can get that. So choose your own adventure. Personally, I prefer to do it just like thinking of the money. Do I have it? Do I owe it? Things like that. So number 3, I owe someone $4. I owe someone else $6. I'm in the hole quite a bit. Or if you remember the rule, they're the same sign, just add them together and keep the sign. 4 plus 6 is 10. We keep the negative sign. So negative 10. 14 plus negative 3. Let's try thinking of this as money. If I have $14 and I have to pay you $3, do I have enough? Yes, I do. So we could just subtract 14 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So we get 11, positive 11. I have $6. I owe someone $6. After I pay them the $6, I have $0 left. Those are opposites, they cancel each other out. These are both negative, so just add them together and keep it negative. 13 plus 10 is 23, so negative 23. The subtraction rules are pretty similar to the addition rules. Here's the basic idea. When you're subtracting a number, that's the same as adding a negative number. Or if you have minus negative, like if you had 4 minus negative 3, that minus negative really turns into plus positive. So 4 minus negative 3 can be rewritten as 4 plus 3. In January 1916, the temperature in Browning, Montana dropped 100 degrees overnight. If temperature is dropping, that's negative temperature, right? Or subtracting that temperature. The initial temperature was 44 degrees. What was the final temperature? So it was 44 degrees, but it dropped 100 degrees. So 44 minus 100. If you're thinking of money, you have $44, but you owe your grandma $100. You're short. All right? And I'm not talking about height, because height doesn't matter on this problem. But what you can do with the rules is you can do 100 minus 44, which would give you 56. And then you keep the sign of the larger number, which our larger number was negative. So we have negative 56 degrees. What was that, Celsius? Fahrenheit. All right. We have 32 minus negative 3. That can be rewritten as 32 plus 3. And we can do 32 plus 3. That just gives us 35. Let me scooch down here. Negative 44 minus 66. So we're going to treat that like plus negative 66. So if you want, you can rewrite that. But it means the same thing. You don't need to rewrite that. Here's the idea. They're both negative, so just add them together, which will give you 106, and keep it negative. So negative 106. All right, 2 minus 48. I have $2. I owe someone 48. I'm very short on that. So I know it's going to be a negative answer. But if we just did 48 minus 2, that gives us 46. So our final answer would be negative 46. All right, one more. The lowest temperature ever recorded on the moon was about negative 170 degrees Celsius. the lowest temperature ever recorded in Antarctica was negative 89 degrees Celsius. Find the difference in the temperatures. Okay, so a few ways we can do this. Let's say the moon, the difference is subtraction, right? So if we were to say the moon minus, oh, sorry, that's Antarctica minus the moon. That minus negative really turns into plus positive, so negative 89 plus 170. Now, that's, you owe someone $89, but you have 170. You have enough. So if we were to subtract 170 minus 89, if we did some borrowing, let's 90 plus 80, 81. So we get an 81 degree difference. What was that? Celsius. Now, if you flipped the order and you did negative 170 minus negative 89, turns the plus, and we get negative 81 degrees. But if they were asking a question like, how far apart are the temperatures? That's essentially what they're asking with what's the difference. They're saying how far apart are they? You wouldn't say they're negative 81 degrees apart from each other. You can say, well, they're 81 degrees apart. So that's the curveball on that one.